Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow Genshin Impact lovers, haters, and Columbina boyfriends. Welcome back. I was expecting this, and finally it has come. And it honestly kind of came a little sooner than I thought. But we are here a little later, late in the night at about 1:30 a.m. to finally react to Columbina's character teaser. So, there's a lot to say. Now, first and foremost, the first thing I have to say is I have to apologize for being late, which I already kind of did. But number two, my throat is a little shot, so if I sound a little weird, if I sound not as dramatized, that's why my throat is killing me. And realistically, I shouldn't be doing this, but I have to. It's for Columbina. And boy, oh boy, is there a lot to say for Columbina. So, Columbina is, for all intents and purposes, and you could kind of see it in different ways too, but I believe she is the big character, at least so far, for Nodcry. Now, I have a lot of conflicting opinions about Nodcry, and sadly, I'm going to have some difficult opinions about Columbina, but we'll talk about those. But in general, to no one's surprise, I actually, surprisingly enough, if you haven't heard it before, really, really like Nodcry. I've been a Genshin hater for a while, and I still am, and I really do hope to quit this game at some point because, like a battered and beaten wife that keeps going back because of Stockholm Syndrome, I left the game once, my friends got me back on, they left, and I just can't leave because FOMO and mental sickness. But I came into Notcry hating it, as many people will know that watch me, and even though I was hating it, I have to give credit where credit is due. They did absolutely amazing with the story. Amazing. And I was so shocked. I'm honestly excited for the story because the storytelling itself is getting so good. I actually love this region more than almost every other region. It is it is phenomenal. Now, I don't want to go too much into it because I've said this a lot of times, but moving also on to Columbina, they're pushing Columbina heavily as a love interest, and obviously a lot of other regions have that as well. The main one that comes to mind is Ayaka, but they took the storytelling, and because it's so good, they're pushing it a lot better and a lot harder with Columbina. Now, in other ways, I believe Columbina is going to be the big character of Nodcry. Version Luna, whatever the fuck we're on for, I think. I don't know. But Columbina is basically the Archon of this mini, but also not so mini region. She is the Moon Maiden. She is the goddess of one of the three moons. I don't want to spoil too much of the lore, but she's pretty important, and she was number three of the Fatui Harbingers, although there is some context and nuance to that. But we won't get much into that. TLDR, though, it actually looks like they are doing something kind of crazy that they should have done for Durin. And sadly, Durin really reminded me like, as good as the region looks and as good as the writing is, this game cannot compare to other games in a lot of ways. Now, I'm still a Genshin hater, but for a moment, and again, I still acknowledge the story, but for a moment, I was delusional and I forgot about its problems. Now, Columbina actually does the opposite of what Durin did. Durin had animations that I thought were so boring, and obviously while he was good, his gameplay and his kit was just so like lackluster to me. Not saying he's not good, he's just boring. That I was like, damn, I kind of hate Genshin again, even though I like Nodcry, it was whatever. And the biggest thing they could have done, and they should have done with Durin, if they cared, and if they actually used some of the money they get, which for some reason is higher than all the other gachas that they have at least most of the time, they would have put actual care into it like they kind of are for Nodcry. Now again, in a similar thing for Columbina, because she is quote unquote the big character of the region, where even the statues are made out of her, the statues of the quote unquote seven, they're statues of Columbina there, right? She is, for all intents and purposes, the archon of this region. I mean, again, look at the statues. This is where I think they're actually putting more care than I would have thought and I would have expected. Now, what exactly am I talking about? If you played the campaign, which again, I'm glazing a little bit hard here, you would have known and you would have seen that when we get to take over Columbina for the moments that we do, she has a unique running animation. And this might seem nonsensical. And I'm gonna be straight honest, it kind of is. It really changes almost nothing except a very important thing: the feel. She feels so smooth to walk around on. Now, granted, maybe it's just because I played her for like that one story instance, right? Maybe the more I use her, the more I'll get sick of her. But this is kind of the same way I felt about Malwika, about Jalonin in Natlin. Because outside of Natlin, you barely feel like this because they can't do it for more than like 5 seconds. But the movement, when it feels good, when it doesn't feel like a bitch, because now in Genshin it really does feel like a bitch, especially if you play Wuwa, it feels really fucking good with these characters, and it's almost night and day. So this is where somehow, some way, they added extra effort into Columbina to give her a unique walk animation that I hope transfers to live and transfers to every region, even outside of Nodcry. Regardless, though, aside from that, her lore is amazing. She's obviously one of the focal points and main points of the entire arc here in Nodcry. She's very different from what I expected, and I still end up liking her. Again, she's basically our girlfriend. Like, as much as they're never going to lock the Traveler down with anyone, she's our basic pseudo girlfriend. She's one of the inner circle, I would say. Story-wise, she's great. Kit-wise, from what I've seen, and I have an assumption here, and here's where we get into the nitty-gritty, and this is where I'm going to get very, very sad. I basically have been saving for Columbina, and I've decided to strategically skip certain characters. Also, I couldn't help but skip certain characters because I lost pity. But Genshin is really fucking greedy, man, and this is why I hate the game too. As good as Columbine is, and as much work as it seems like they're going to put into her, which I'm assuming we're going to get at least 3 trailers if she's a quote unquote big character. This is where this game is so greedy with pulls, where every patch they don't give you a 10 pull, and their other games do, and it's so nonsensical because this game is the worst banner system for the weapon, and I could go on, but regardless, my throat really can't handle it. This is where I have missed. This is even the case with the 4 stars, and it breaks my heart now. I have missed every single Nod Cry character, even before Nod Cry came out. I couldn't get a Nepha, which sucked. I couldn't get Lauma. I couldn't get Flynn's, because at that point I lost 50-50. I could not get, oh god, who the fuck was after that? Yehoda. I was unable to get Yehoda. I was unable to get Nefer. I've missed every single Nodcry character, and now I'm faced with a very, very tough decision. And one which I know, it's like eating your vegetables. I know what's right, but I know what I want, and they're conflicting. Obviously, to no one's surprise, more likely than not, and I'm pretty much guaranteed of this even though I don't know fully, but I know Hoyo. More likely than not, Columbina will be a direct buff and the best in slot team for the Nodcry stuff. Nefer, Lauma, Flynn's, all the people I just mentioned. Columbina will most likely be extremely valuable if you have them. And the new character, the new horse girl, the Uma Musume, as you might say, Zebai, the new Geo lady for the Chinese Lunar New Year, for Lantern Rite. Because she somehow has lunar crystallized. Which makes me question, with the new characters coming out even after Zebai, they don't all look to be related to Nodcry, so how many more Nodcry lunar reactions are we going to get? So will Columbina go up in value? Maybe a little bit. But this is where my account, not having any of the Nodcry characters, would have to systematically go back, because I'm extremely close to pity. If I want Columbina, I can easily get her. Easily. The issue is, if I get her without the Nodcry team, she's probably very lackluster from what I believe and what I probably know. So now I'm faced with the tough decision. Do I skip her, maybe go for Zebai, although I'm really contesting that too because I hate Zebai and I hate Geo. Do I do that, or do I just hold my tongue, wait for a non-lunar reaction character, just bite my cock, and really just save for Sneznaya or someone else who's just not Nodcry related? It's so bad and it's so hard because I love Columbina. And again, that run animation, it's so fucking good. But I'm struggling. as the case is where we're 10 minutes into the video and we haven't even seen it yet. But regardless, it really begs the question, do I systematically go back and get the other characters and then just be worse off for Snezhnaya? Because again, allegedly, this is supposed to be a preview region, a mini region compared to what we're going to get for Snezhnaya, hopefully. Now, I hate to say this because Genshin always disappoints me with its half-assed system changes and half-assed basically anything they do to improve the game compared to their other games. But I'm hoping, with the biggest hope I can muster in a long time, that Snezhnaya will be as good, if not better, than Nodcry in terms of characters. Now, ultimately, I still want to leave after that, and if it's not good, I'm going to really hate it and hopefully leave and just play Wuthering at that point. But regardless, if it is as good, which I'm assuming, maybe foolishly, it will be, there's a huge argument for me to skip Columbina. And again, it breaks my heart, and we'll see if I can hold to this. But right now, I'm on the side of the weapon banner is so ass, and, you know, Genshin in general just gives you so little pulls. Realistically speaking, the best option for me is to not pull for our princess, Columbina. But again, we'll see. If her teams without the Nodcry characters are actually good, because I think she enables every reaction, every lunar reaction, I might get her anyway. I don't know. If she's not terrible, I really don't know, man. Fuck, I want her so bad. But regardless, aside from me lamenting on if or if I won't get her, which I'm probably not going to determine until all the stuff comes out and I see her meta teams and everything and how bad she is without them, we'll make a decision then. Hopefully. Anyway, after all that yapping, let's finally get into her character teaser. Let's see how good her shit's gonna be. Oh shit, this is loud as fuck.
It's exactly how I imagined.
Oh, I love Columbina!
This feels just like where I was born.
Now, one thing I'll say is I think she's absolutely beautiful. She's pretty, she's cute, she's amazing. I love her look, I love her so much, and it really breaks my heart, man. I'm struggling. But also just in general, I absolutely adore her theme. Mavika's hot, right? Don't get me wrong. Ball is cool. Zhongli has some aura. Venti's a clown. But her, she has one of my favorite themes. She is a moon maiden that looks like an angel. And I love the Kuhenki. I love that thing she has on her head. Oh, look, there they are. There's the Kuhenki.
My true home.
The Luonatar. Oh my god, look at how she's walking. She's so happy. This is so pretty. I love this.
Everything is so bright here on the frost moon.
So she's on the moon. Oh my god, feet! Feet! No way. Oh my god, they're really into the foot fetish.
All the time I need to think.
She looks like she's in a milky wonderland. So did she bring the Kuhenki with her? Dude, Luonatar looks so cute. He's like a little, like, maiden angel thing.
Here.
Yes!
I don't really feel lonely.
Yes, her children! Kind of.
Sometimes.
She's drawing us, by the way. She misses us, her boyfriend.
You all.
Yeah! Oh, that is so cute. That is so cute. Slight spoilers here. It's so funny because that's not even what we should be able to see. The real moon she's on should be so far away. This is also not true. This is not true at all. For those of you who know, this is fake. This is a what if.
So many fond memories of last year.
She's so fucking pretty.
When I came to...
Oh, it's gonna break. Yup. Yup. Oh my god, they're spoiling. They're spoiling. No, the Kuhenki.
Even true moonlight cannot pierce the false sky.
Because that moon was not real. The real moon is so far away they cannot see it.
This is not the moon.
And we saw who's tormenting her. Oh shit, she's in lunar jail. Dude, her headpiece is so pretty. It's so sad they didn't go more of like a horror theme with her. Oh my god, he's a predator! He's a predator!
And yet...
Look at all of our teams that we don't have. Oh my god, there's Rerir too. She is so sad, man. Not as sad as Nahida, but still, she's up there. She's like right under Nahida in terms of tragedy. Oh my god, dude, the feet are so strong. Oh, Oh no, and we're starting to know who Paimon really is as time goes on. That's the main thing about Nodcry. Its lore implications are amazing. Oh, you know that's us. You know that has to be us. Look at how fucking pretty she is, my guys. Oh my lord. Look at her pretty hands. And her pretty feet. Is she gonna start singing?
Time to go. Columbina.
What's so funny too is most of the time in the lore she was so weak. Okay. Okay, I'll be honest. I don't think it was the best in the world, but it was very, very directly related. I really like this beginning part. I think it was very to the point, but bare bones. There obviously was not going on. It's more like sentimental than anything, which is the main thing I guess Columbina's trying to play into, or at least Hoyo's trying to play her into. They're trying to make it very emotional. Again, she's supposed to be our girlfriend, but this is where that's not necessarily a bad thing, but is it a top tier trailer? No. Is it a good trailer? Yes. It's very hyped up. It's not flashy, it's not crazy, it's not memey. You know, it's a very serious type trailer. Again, the beginning is so cool. Oh my god, look at that. That is so cute. I kind of want to make that the thumbnail. Oh my god, look at that too. That's a really good thumbnail right there too. Oh my goodness. But overall, I would say it was a pretty good trailer, obviously directly related to the lore, like Jesus Lord. But we're not starting off the strongest. Again, it's not a bad trailer by any means, but it's very to the point. It's very business oriented, where the business is emotion. But overall, this was great. I did enjoy it. It was great. I'm really excited to see the next ones, and I'm really curious to see her music theme as well. I'm very excited, and I want to know more about Columbina. I can't wait. Although I kind of can because I'm not looking forward to Lantern Right. Fuck Lantern Right. But aside from that, I'm really curious just to see how bad she's gonna be in the Nod Cry team. So I might have to leave her, which is gonna absolutely break my fucking heart and make me feel like I wasted time. But ultimately, and I always say this, even if we skip her, or if we get her and we just hold her, maybe there's always gonna be more characters that are gonna come out that we're gonna want. We're gonna have a new princess to be the apple of our eye in the future, especially in Sneznaya. I don't doubt that they're gonna go all out. I hope for Sneznaya. So even though we're not gonna hurt. Hopefully for long, because everything gets power crept eventually. Either way, this is a pretty good trailer. Tell me what you guys think. If you want to see more of me, watch me at Twitch TV/Technics channel. Hope everyone enjoyed. I love Columbina.